Classic Fairy Tales.
A glass box. Once upon a time, there was a young hunter named Roderick. Every day, he went into the forest to hunt. One day, he met an old woman carrying 2 baskets full of vegetables and fruits. Feeling exhausted, she stopped on the side of the road. Roderick immediately approached her. "Madam, are you okay? Why do you carry these baskets on your own?"
Thanks, young man. I have to carry them every day because I live here alone.
"So please let me help you take them home." The kind young hunter helped the old woman carry 2 baskets to her home. Along the way, they happily talked to each other, so the walk home felt much shorter. Soon, they arrived at the old lady's house.
Roderick, you are a very kind person. Actually, I am a fairy. I just wanted to test you. Now, I will give you some gifts for your kindness.
The fairy used her magic, and a sparkling bowl appeared before their eyes. She gave it to Roderick.
This is a magic bow. It can defeat anything in the world without an arrow.
Roderick was delighted with the treasure that the fairy had given him. The fairy continued.
I'll also grant you the ability to see things from far away and see through anything.
"That's great. Thank you, ma'am. I will be able to help more people with these treasures." The fairy smiled at him, then disappeared with the little house. Roderick was very happy. He carried the magic bow with him on the journey. After a while, Roderick saw a big tiger cornering a small deer to a tree. The deer was injured and could not escape. The tiger growled to scare him and slowly approached the deer. Without thinking, Roderick immediately raised his bow to shoot the tiger. "Evil tiger, go away!" Surprisingly, the tiger was actually a witch. She panicked at Roderick's magic arrow and disappeared immediately. After the tiger had disappeared, Roderick picked up the tiger skin to see. Then, he approached the deer and helped bandage its wound. Surprisingly, the deer could speak. "Thank you for saving me." "Oh, you are a talking deer." "Actually, I am the Prince Vander of this kingdom." The deer began to tell Roderick the story about him and his sister, Princess Lenny. They used to live happily in a magnificent castle, and together they ruled the peaceful kingdom Schlaudraff. Prince Vander and Princess Lenny were very kind and always helped the poor. They even welcomed poor people into the palace and treated them very well. Unexpectedly, an evil witch, Agnes, took advantage of that to get into the palace. She had desired the castle and their wealth, so she had an evil plan to take over the kingdom and make Vander and Lenny her slaves. Vander and Lenny did not suspect a thing. They invited the witch to join them for dinner. When they weren't paying attention, the witch secretly used magic on the wine glasses and made them faint. The evil witch Agnes felt very satisfied. She turned Vander into a deer and trapped Princess Lenny in a glass box. The witch replaced the castle with a wooden house. She also made the castle become tiny and put it into a jar next to the princess's glass box. Prince Vander suddenly woke up. He was surprised to find himself turned into a deer. He was even more shocked to see his sister and the castle all trapped.
You're awake, Mr. Deer. You can never escape from me, and you'll be my slave.
Vander quickly ran away. The witch immediately turned into a tiger and chased after Vander. He kept running as fast as he could until he was injured and could not run anymore. When he was about to be caught by the witch, Roderick suddenly appeared and saved him. You are a brave and kind man. Please help me save my sister and free the castle. I promise I'll repay you. Roderick was deeply moved when he heard the prince's story. He immediately accepted. The deer carried Roderick and ran into the forest, heading towards the wooden house of the witch Agnes. When they arrived, Vander was shocked to see that the wooden house had disappeared, and there was nothing there at all. The deer desperately cried. My God, where can I find my sister now? Roderick suddenly remembered that he could see things from afar. He comforted Vander. Please don't be sad. I'll help you. Roderick started looking in all directions to find the witch and Princess Lenny. His magical eyes shined brightly, and he saw where the witch hid. She was on a steep and high glass mountain. At the top of the mountain was the witch's wooden house. The witch was hurt. She looked very angry.
That hunter was so powerful. If I couldn't escape in time, I'd be dead now. I guess they must have been trying to find me, but they wouldn't know that I moved the house to this glass mountain already. Lucky him that I was injured and lost my power, or else I would have turned him into a pig, and he'll be my slave forever.
The witch Agnes felt very confident, but she was unaware that Roderick was able to see everything. Prince, I know just where the witch is hiding. Please carry me there. I will show you the way. Vander was delighted. He carried Roderick and followed his instructions. After a while, they reached the glass mountain. I cannot carry you up there. Now only you can save my sister. Roderick comforted the deer and began to climb to the mountain top. The way to the top was very rough. Roderick was hurt by the sharp clips, and his clothes were also torn off. However, those obstacles did not stop Roderick. He was determined to save Princess Lenny from the evil witch Agnes. Finally, Roderick reached the top of the mountain. He excitedly looked at the view around, and he found the wooden house of the witch right in front of him. Roderick approached and knocked on the door.
Who's there?
The witch was terrified when she recognized the hunter. However, Roderick pretended not to recognize her. Hello, I'm a poor hunter and I'm lost here in this mountain. Please allow me to stay here.
My house has no room for you to stay in. Find another one for yourself. This is not a place for such homeless hunters like you to stay.
But around here, there are no other houses but yours. Please let me stay for the night. I can just stay in a glass box. Hearing him mention the glass box, the witch was scared. So she tried to chase him away.
There is no glass chest here. Quickly get out of my sight.
You wicked and cunning witch! I came here to make you pay for what you've done. Roderick took out his magic bow. The witch was too scared, so she quickly turned into an eagle and flew into the sky. She flew up to the clouds.
You think you can catch me that easy? You stupid hunter. Just you wait. You ruined my plan. I will not forget this and will make you suffer.
The witch Agnes did not expect that Roderick had the ability to see things from a very far distance. He raised his bow, aimed, and shot. The light arrow flew very fast, heading towards the eagle. The closer it got, the stronger the light was. Then, the arrow killed the eagle. Roderick walked into the house and found a beautiful Princess Lenny sleeping soundly inside a glass box. Roderick immediately fell in love with her. As soon as Roderick touched the glass box, it suddenly disappeared. Lenny was finally freed from the witch's spell. And she woke up immediately. She felt overwhelmed with joy and fell in love with the brave hunter.
Thank you for saving me from the evil witch. She imprisoned me, and also the castle in that glass box.
Fear not, I will take you out of here. Then he put his hand on the other glass jar. Immediately, the glass mountain and the witch's house disappeared, and instead, a magnificent castle appeared. Princess Lenny finally saw her brother again. She hugged her brother, and Vander also returned to his human form. Everyone was very happy. After that, Prince Vander became the king. Roderick and Lenny fell in love, so they asked Vander's permission to marry each other. Roderick and Princess Lenny's wedding was also held solemnly in the castle. The Schlaudraff kingdom once again lived in peace under the rule of King Vander. And the Princess Lenny and Roderick, the brave hunter, lived happily ever after.